December of last year, so it's been a whole year of working with these guys, and it's just been ups and downs, a wonderful experience. So I can vouch for that. It's really worth taking your time and energy and do with this group. They're just awesome people. So as we get started here, I've given a worksheet out to everybody. This is kind of a June itinerary of what we're doing today. So if you share with your neighbor next door, Bellingham has about 15 copies. I'm going to go ahead and start with an introduction of Jim Peterson, who's the president of HomesNOW, and he's going to tell you a little bit about himself and give you a little bit of brief history of HomesNOW, and we'll get started from here. Jim, come on up.
Hi everybody, I'm Jim Peterson, the president of HomesNOW. First, I want to thank you all for showing up. Awesome crowd. I'm really glad so many people showed up and care. I'm going to give a little bit of history about myself and why HomesNOW is created, and then I'll talk a little bit about what's coming up, what's going on, and the struggles that we've had. First off, I was homeless for 17 years, from 1975 until 1992, and I got off the streets in Fargo, North Dakota, because I was sleeping on the river in Fargo with a buddy of mine, and the Fargo Police Department came at about 3 o'clock in the morning, put shotguns in our heads, and pulled us out of our tents, and then threw all our stuff in the Red River, and told us that homeless people don't belong here and to leave. So they threw everything we owned. All I had on was a pair of shorts, long john shirt, no socks, no shoes, and it was about 10 below zero. And they told us to walk. So me and my buddy, we walked to Dorothy Day House, which is a mission in Breckenridge, Minnesota, which is right across, Moorhead, Minnesota, right across the river from Fargo. And the director of the Dorothy Day House told me I should call the news. And I said, I'm homeless, they don't care. It's no really call Jason Bramby. So I called Jason Bramby that night, and the next day at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, there was 15 news crews in the backyard of Dorothy Day House, and I told them what happened. They asked some questions, I answered them, and then I was sitting at the Dorothy Day House that night about 9 o'clock, and the director came to me and said, "You have a phone call." And the first words out of my mouth, "Oh shit, my mom saw this." But it wasn't my mom. It was the mayor of Fargo, North Dakota, wanting me to be there in his office the next morning at 9 o'clock in the morning. He wanted to talk to me. So me and my buddy, we walked to the city council, the city hall building, and the police wouldn't let us in the building. And so we got into a shouting match, and then the mayor came down and told them that we were supposed to be there. We had a meeting, and we got up into the mayor's office, and the chief of police was sitting there, and the 4 officers that held us at gunpoint were sitting there. And the mayor said, "Can you tell me what happened?" So I told him what happened. He looked at the chief, and he goes, "Is that pretty much what happened?" And chief goes, "Yeah." And it's good. You're fired, and all the 4 officers are fired. And he fired the chief of police and the 4 officers right on the spot. And then I became the liaisons for the city of Fargo, North Dakota, for the homeless community. And the homeless community was pretty big at the time, because Moorhead, Minnesota had started giving out general assistance checks to get homeless people off the street, so a lot of homeless were coming there. And then the community was complaining that they couldn't use the river walks because the homeless people were trashing the river walks. So I said, well, watch this. So I organized a homeless cleanup of the river. And I got the mayor to provide the dump trucks, the trash bags, and invite all the city council and city employees to come help us, and the community. He did a big press conference about it. So the day came, and we did the cleanup, and then we had a news conference with 3 dump trucks behind us full of dishwashers, washing machines, car tires, refrigerators, all the stuff you see the homeless people carrying around. And the mayor made a statement that he was ashamed of the city for blaming the less fortunate for their mess. And then we had a baseball game between the police and the homeless. And we beat them 31-0. And it was so awesome. then through all that, I became an advocate and was in the news about once a week, in the newspaper every day. And then the National Coalition for the Homeless reached out to me and wanted me to go around the country talking about homelessness. So I did that for a year and a half. And then I became a VISTA volunteer, and I went around the country starting food banks in different cities. And then after that, I went around and started shelters with VISTA, or AmeriCorps as they call it now. And we started 5 shelters across the country. Then I had a family, 3 kids, and I got busy. And I kind of stopped being an activist. I didn't want to do much. I had to raise 3 boys and get a real job. Then in 2006, I was living in Iowa, and I met my wife online. And in 2008, I moved here because that's where she lives. And when I was homeless, most of the time I spent between Everett, Washington, and Portland, Oregon, riding the freight trains back and forth. And I always told my kids, when I die, it'll be in the Pacific Northwest. I love it here. It's beautiful. I love the weather. And I love having 4 seasons, but not extremes like 50 below zero like North Dakota. So then I came here, and I'm a medical marijuana patient, just so everybody knows. And I moved here. One reason was my wife, but another reason I was tired of being a criminal. And medical marijuana was legal here. And when I moved here, I was all happy. I could grow my own medicine, and I didn't have to worry about cops. And then I found out that they were going to kill medical marijuana. And my activist in me kicked in, and I started that fight. And was in Olympia. I lived in Olympia Monday through Friday and fought to save medical marijuana. And we lost that. And then Bernie Sanders came on. And it's kind of funny because in my activism in North Dakota and Minnesota, I met Paul Wellstone. And I traveled around on his green bus. We went to every city, and he was a senator from Minnesota, in case anybody doesn't know. And I remember in the green bus, traveling around, talking with him, he was always going, I'd ask him, why do you want to be a senator? And he goes, oh, this guy named Bernie Sanders. I want to be like him. And I'm like, oh, okay. And just put it out of my head until I was on the internet, on Facebook, and saw Bernie Sanders running for president. And I'm like, wow, maybe I should research it. So I did, got kind of involved. And then Bernie was coming to the Key Arena, and I knew Doug. And so I went to the Bernie rally, not knowing Doug was going to go, and just happened to be right behind Doug. And Doug and I got really active with Bernie. We started the Bellingham for Bernie group here. We did about 300 events for Bernie Sanders. We did the concert for Bernie Sanders. And then Bernie Sanders endorsed Hillary. And then Doug and I were sitting in his house talking, now what? Now what do we do? I felt empty inside because I was really enjoying being an activist again. He goes, I don't know, man. I said, hey, I got an idea. Let's build tiny homes for the homeless. He went, huh? I'm like, yeah, we build tiny homes for the homeless. I got the whole plan in my head, how it will work. And he's like, okay, let's do it. And I was like, huh? Because I've been trying to get people to jump on board with this since about 1993. So we filed the paperwork. We became a 501c3 in June of 2017. We put out the call, Bellingham, for anybody with property we could build tiny homes on. Nobody stepped up. We went to the city. Nope. That's all we heard from the city. No, 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 no. No matter how we had tried it, they said no. So Nick Lewis from Lumley Nation, who's a council member on Lumley, reached out to me on Facebook, and I Googled him, and it said politician, so I hit ignore. And then he messaged me again, and I hit ignore. And then Amy Glasser came to me and said, hey, have you talked to Nick Lewis? And I'm like, no, he's a politician, why would I? She was not really good talk to me. So Doug and I took Monday and we went out to London. And we drove all around London and we pulled up to one of the shelters they have for the homeless out there. It had this nice backyard. And I'll never forget saying, wow, 2 tiny homes right here would be perfect. And so we drove around some more and we got back to London office. And Nick Lewis looked at me and he said, do you trust handshakes? I said, 1 time. And he put his hand out and said, you can put 2 tiny homes on the back of the shelter. And this is on Monday. I said, we'll have them there 1 by Friday. And he looked at me like, yeah, right. Thursday morning, the first one was delivered on site. About 2 weeks later, we had the first homeless person in it, and then we started building our second one. And so in about 2 months, we built 2 tiny homes. And we thought, wow, now the city will go, wow, that really works, let's do it. So we went back to the city, and they said no. And then we fought with the city some more. And then last year, December 1st, I came up with this idea, let's do a sleep out on City Hall property to raise awareness. We invited all the house people to it. December 1st, me and Doug were out there by ourselves.
It was raining too.
It was raining, it was miserable, it was cold. We had people say, why don't we do this in the summer? And I'm like, everybody goes camping in the summer. What's fun in that? So we started our sleep out, and then I went to bed about, I don't know, 11 o'clock. I woke up to a bunch of noise about 3 o'clock, and I'm like, what's going on? And homeless people were showing up. What's going on here? He said, we're trying to raise awareness. Can we stay here? Yeah. And we bought a bunch of tents, so we started putting up tents, and the deal was, if you stayed the whole time, you could take the tent with you. So we got about 5, 6 homeless people. And then the next night, the funniest thing happened. 2 people coming from the bars were too drunk to walk any farther. And they go, what's going on here? And we're like, trying to raise awareness for the homeless. You have a place we can crash, so we set up a tent for them. I imagine when they woke up the next morning inside that tent freezing, they were like, wow, I'm not going to drink anymore. But within 5 days, we had 50 homeless people sleeping on City Hall. And then Lieutenant Munson came to us and said, when you guys end this? And we said, on the 3rd, and he goes, no, you should stay until Monday for City Council. They need to see this. So Doug and I said, okay, we will. And we went to City Council with a bunch of homeless people and ourselves. And we thought, well, maybe this will sway them. And then it ended up lasting 18 days. We had a couple meetings with the mayor where she told us that she really cares, and she really wants to do a lot, but it takes time. And I'm not a doctor, I didn't go to med school, so I don't need patience. I need it now. And so then on the 16th, me and Doug had our second meeting with the mayor. And she said, why didn't you get a permit? I said, why would we get a permit? You wouldn't issue it anyways. She said, oh yeah, we will. And we'll even waive the fee. So the naive person that I was at the time said, wow, okay. At 12 o'clock p.m., I went down there and filled out the paperwork. At 1:15, they had a general meeting of City Council. That permit was in front of City Council within an hour and 15 minutes. And they voted 7-0 to kill the permit. But it takes time, remember. So then she called us back in the office and said, you need to tell everybody they need to be gone by Monday, the 18th. I'm like, nope, won't do it. If you want them gone, you go down there and tell them. So she brought down her police escort, and she told the homeless people that they had to leave. And 7 days before Christmas, Merry Christmas. And the thing that sticks in my head about that is the lady that was crying to her saying, where do you want us to go? And she goes, the drop-in center. And the lady kept crying. She goes, I was raped at the drop-in center. And the mayor turned to the police officer and said, we don't condone that. And turned back and looked at the lady, and the lady goes, and where do you want me to go? And she said the drop-in center. And I thought, wow. So you're telling a woman to go back to where she was raped? I don't think so. So to say all that, we kept fighting. We gave up with the city and we went to the county. A whole different animal. They said, yeah, how can we make this happen? So we looked for land. We found a place out on Northwest to build tiny homes out by the soccer fields. And we got it all planned and we wrote all the proposals for it. Well, Daniela wrote all the proposals for it. And we presented it to the county. They were all for it. But there was no electric out there, so we contacted PSE. And they came out and did all their things and then came up with a price that was going to cost us $57,000 to hook up electric to the site. So I went to the county and said, hey, will you guys pay for this? It's your property, it's an improvement. And they said no. So we kind of put Unity Village on the back burner because we're a nonprofit that does not take any taxpayers' money, refuses taxpayers' money. We're all privately funded. Everybody at HomesNOW is a volunteer, and nobody gets paid at HomesNOW. Nobody ever will get paid at HomesNOW. It's a totally volunteer organization. So we kind of put that on the back burner, and then December was creeping up, and I went to Doug and I said, I guess another sleep out. He goes, yep. So I posted it on Facebook that we were going to do another sleep out starting December 1st on City Hall property. And I don't know, 2 days after I posted it on Facebook, we got an email from the city. We need to talk. So we went to the city. I called the principal's office. We went to the principal's office. And they told us why we shouldn't do it and why we're doing it wrong. And because I've gone to city council and I've made a statement that if you don't have a safe place for people to camp by December 1st, we will be back on your property. And it wasn't, and I remember saying it, and you can go back and watch the video, I said this isn't a threat, it's a promise. And so they, at the meeting, the first meeting, they didn't like that we threatened them with a sleep out. And I said, you didn't watch the video, did you? We didn't threaten, we promised. And so we left that meeting laughing because it was like being at the principal's office. And then I went home and made one of my rant videos about how we got called into the principal's office. And I got a phone call the next day from a city official asking us how long we were going to sleep out for. And I said, well, if you go to Facebook and watch the video, you will find out we're staying until we have a safe place to go or you arrest us all. And he went, okay, thanks, and hung up. An hour later, I had another email from the city saying we need to meet. So I got Danielle and Charlie and Doug and me went back to city council to the principal's office, we thought. And I'll never forget the meeting before we went in. I said, don't expect anything. We're not going to get land. We're going to be told that we're going to go to jail. We try to sleep out. We're not permitting it, blah, blah, blah. And so we get into the meeting, and Rick Semper, Lisa Poole, Chief Dahl, and I don't know the guy, Chad from the mayor's office, were sitting there, and they had Winter Haven planned in front of them. And they said, we called this meeting to talk about Winter Haven. We want to move forward. And I about had a heart attack. Because it was a total flip from where they were before. So that was 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. Things have been moving very fast. As you see on Facebook, there's a lot going on. A lot happens spontaneously with HomesNOW. We are not like any other nonprofit you'll ever find. We are not very structured. We go with the flow and we don't rock the boat. We're here to capsize it and see who can float. So Winter Haven is a go now. We've done everything they've asked. We have one more hiccup we're working on, and they're working on it today. Our insurance, we had an insurance wrote for us, and at the last hour, the city said, no, we will need nothing, something else added. So I talked to the insurance agent today, this morning, and that's all taken care of, so insurance will be taken care of by the end of the day. The permit will be issued either the 18th of December or the 20th of December. The fence is being delivered on the 21st. The storage unit's being delivered on the 21st. Pallets will arrive on the 22nd. Things are gonna move very fast. We'll take off the holidays, then the 26th we're gonna be back at it. Earliest occupation date is January 2nd of next year. That is if nobody appeals it, but we know there's a lawyer that's probably gonna appeal it. And if he appeals it, then it'll be 2 more weeks before we can occupy it and put it January 15th. I say that to say, the more pressure you can put on the city, the better I like you. We need to write them, we need to call them, we need to let them know, this isn't about HomesNOW, it's not about the volunteers, it's about helping the homeless, and that's it. We've never had a hidden agenda. That's the only thing we've ever wanted to do with HomesNOW is help homeless people. And I come at it from a total different perspective of being formerly homeless for so long. I'm not saying I know what the homeless need, but I know what it's like to be out there. So I come at it from that perspective, which is totally different than somebody that's the CEO of a nonprofit that's never been slept on the streets a day in their life. And so I have a lot of passion. I don't have much tolerance for sugarcoating stuff. I don't have much tolerance for telling white lies like everybody thinks all the homeless are drug addicts and alcoholics and mentally ill. Here's the fact. I just want to throw this out here and then I'm going to turn it over to Doug. The fact is, 25% of the homeless have drug, alcohol, and mental ill problems. 75% don't. Fact is, 25% of the house population have the same problems. 75% don't. Another fact. Everybody says, oh, the homeless are from everywhere else. Another fact. 75% of the homeless are born and raised right here in Whatcom County. 25% are from other places. Fact. 75% of the house people are from Whatcom County. 25% are implants. So, just some little facts I like to throw out there to straighten it out that not everybody's drug and alcohol or mentally ill. And we have better services. There are 8 beds in Whatcom County for mentally ill, for detoxification from drugs and alcohol. 8 beds for the whole county.
200,000 people.
Yeah. So, and oh yeah, we're gonna get a new treatment place. Guess what? It's not just for Whatcom County. It's for Skagit County, for Yakima, and for Whatcom County. So we're not gaining any beds. They're making it sound like we're going to gain a bunch. We're not gaining any beds. Matter of fact, we'll probably lose beds. So that's a little brief rundown. I want to introduce Doug, my partner in all this, and he's going to talk to you about the media aspect of HomesNOW and security and all that. And he's been right there beside me fighting this fight.
Thanks, Jim.
Yeah, hi. For people who don't know me, I'm Doug, technical director of HomesNOW, and I started this with Jim like June of 2017, and I come at it from a different perspective. Jim was actually, homeless for 17 years and actually went around the country for doing activism. For me, I'm just a small business owner. I've been a business owner for like 8 years. I know the back end, like the legal paperwork garbage you got to fill out, the accounting crap that you got to keep track of to be legally sound. And so I feel like Jim and I make a good team. We have different aspects. Also anything technical. So for the camp, we are going to have to set up security cameras. For social media, we definitely always need people on social media sharing the posts or to help make the posts for HomesNOW. Like we need people to do like articles, people to also volunteer like what you guys are doing. Basically, yeah.
Have all of this on our social media because we do everything on social
mostly are on Facebook. There's people that aren't actually on Facebook. And we need people, if we're trying to get through to people who aren't on Facebook, we actually need people who are on Facebook to help get that message out to those people as well.
We have a website.
And also on our website, HomesNOW, HomesNOW.org, we put all of our, I set it up so that we have all our social media stuff and videos posted straight to our website, so people, and events, so if people don't actually have, social media, they can go to our website and they'll see all the same stuff that's on our social media from there. And
Security.
So basically, there's going to be security cameras there. We're going to actually need somebody to do security and somebody to do to work at like the front desk. So the ordinance, as well as the agreement we've had to sign with the city, requires it to be staffed 24 hours a day with at least a HomesNOW board member. So oh yeah, you have a question?
Well, how many homes are in the building?
They're not homes, they're tents. And so, because what we wanted to do Unity Village where we built tiny homes, right? But we have not been able to secure the land for that yet. So what the city did allow us to do though is to set up 20 tents and in the parking lot of City Hall. And so and we're authorized for up to 40 people, but we're only going to have around 30 people at most, and 20 tents. And the idea, what we're hoping is that we can show that we can run a temporary tent encampment, then that will give us further credibility for us to actually be able to set up tiny homes on some land. So it's not just for the city or the county though. We've been trying to work with the city and the county for a while, but if a private donor wanted to buy land or something like that, that would also be great. We're ready to go tomorrow. We have the plans. The only issue is that we can't afford to outright buy land for setting up tiny homes. So this is kind of like a demo, I would say. That if we can make it work with tents, then it'll work a lot easier with tiny homes. So, and we've already built those. So yeah. Are there any other questions?
No, that's perfect.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Doug.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, so yeah, what he's talking about is our 90-day city-sanctioned emergency winter tent encampment. We're doing it because we don't want people freezing to death this year. We had 5 losses last year. We lost 5 lives after we had our protest in front of City Hall, and we had testimony from our unhoused community that they cannot go back to the mission for whatever reason, whatever barrier they were facing. So what we're seeing now this year is the city cooperating with us. So it's a 1-year anniversary of when we were sitting out in front of their lawn, and now we will be behind them in the parking lot with their permission. So it's kind of a big deal for us. We're really excited about that. So yes, we will have about 20 to 30 people on site, and it is a prototype. We are using a city ordinance to do this, and we want to enlist as many people as possible to help us work this and make it run smoothly for the 90 days that it's going to be operating. So we really appreciate all of you being here. Tell all your friends, tell all your family, get them involved. We need people on a daily basis between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. is what we're looking for. We're trying to fill 2-hour shift increments. You can stay for the whole day. You can stay for 2 hours. You can stay 1 time a month, once a week, once a day. We appreciate anything you're willing to volunteer to help make this run smoothly, so that's really important. I will have some sign-up sheets over here at the front table, and we'll pass those out for everyone to look at. You can either fill it out as a monthly request as a volunteer in whatever position you would like, or I can give you a rundown on some of the things we actually will need, and you can kind of write down what you think you would be good at, if that's something you'd like to do. And then we need our general volunteers just for HomesNOW. So that's really, really significant for us because we'll be here till 2020 at least. I'm assuming we're going to be going for that length of time, because our goal and our objective is alternative affordable housing in Whatcom County so that we house every member of our community. What we're seeing right now is a lack of housing. That's why we're here. So we're trying to create support services that will help people while they're not housed. So that's where we're at. So if you have a flyer, I have a few. I have one left up here. Does everybody have a copy? I know that I would have about 15. Did you share with your neighbor? Yeah. You guys. And share with your neighbor. Yeah.
Good showing here today.
to do is just go onto our Homes Now Not Later page on Facebook. Like the page, you don't have to stay on the page, but if you like the page and get yourself involved, there'll be some notifications on that page. Then we have some extensions to that. If you're not familiar with social media, they're called groups. So what you want to do is find the group that you're most willing or wanting to work with. We've got 3 main groups right now. This may change down the road, but right now what we have is our HomesNOW Bellingham group. Jim will post a lot of updates about homelessness rights and homelessness activism there. It's really important if you want to learn more about what's going on nationwide. He's got contacts all over our nation, so he keeps track of that pretty well. Then we have our Showers Now group, which we run these at least once a month with our summits. And so that is run by Marcus, and he's in the back there with the antlers. So if you want to get involved with our shower truck, yes, we've been running a shower truck since this summer, so that's a really good positive resource that people need. Is we don't think about it, but we need our hygiene and our cleanliness there. And then we have our volunteers for Homes Now Not Later, which we just barely activated that. What I'm here to do today, because I'm not good at this, is to find a volunteer coordinator, at least 3 people to assist this person, because we want to recruit as many volunteers as possible. So if any of you feel like that's your area of expertise and you want to organize or orchestrate that, I've got all the roster, all the materials, all the things you need to connect with our volunteers that we currently have, and to reach out to our schools, our colleges, people in their workplaces, whatever you think you can do to connect with other people in our community. We want to get everybody involved. So that's really important. So yeah, not my area of expertise. I'm a data entry person, so this is nerve-wracking. So yes, but and then as far as Winter Haven Tent Camping, we have a group for that now. So this is our biggest, on our forefront, this is what we're doing now. So Homes Now, we're putting the now in now. This is where we are. We definitely need people to sign up for Winter Haven. So if you just want to get your foot in the door and see what we're about, I really recommend to sign up for January, February, or March, whatever you can do, whatever your hours are, that's okay. And give us your contact information and what you're interested in doing. The first thing I ask people to do when they start up with Homes Now is to go directly to our website where the drop-down menu says volunteer with us. Put your information in there, what you're interested in, then we have you in our database and we can contact you and say, hey, we're doing this or we're doing that. And I can get this one. You guys know these telling me this. That's important. Okay, so and then if you're wanting to participate as a donor, if what you can do, you can't contribute the time and the energy, but you want to help fund us, 3 or 4 ways we can do that. We've got a Patreon, you can donate monthly, you can sign up and actually have a monthly increment go to Homes Now. All of this goes to our homeless community. 95% of those funds our homeless community. Only 5% goes to our admin costs, so and nobody gets paid. This is all from our donors. We have a GoFundMe account, and we also have Facebook fundraisers. So if you have a birthday and you want to have your friends, want to generate some funds for us, create a Facebook fundraiser and say, this is what I want for my birthday, guys, and just put that out there. That really helps us out a lot. And we have a YouTube channel. So if you want to go look at the videos, you don't want to go on Facebook, you don't want to look at the website, you can go to our YouTube channel. There's a link on that for you to visit. Jim, he puts a lot of videos out. Doug puts a lot of videos out. You guys can look at the past videos that they did when they were building Lummi with tiny homes. Catch up to where we're at right now. Really get yourself squared away with that. So and
on the website, all the YouTube videos are in order on the website.
Right.
So like if you don't even know where it's at or how to find it, you can just go to the website and it'll lead you to all those other things.
Exactly. So we're expanding out. This is very grassroots. This is a very grassroots organization. If you have an idea, we want to hear it. We might not like it. We might not want to use it, but we want you to bring your ideas because every person who's in here has something valuable to contribute to this, and so we're just really appreciative that you're here today. Some of the general positions we have are social media marketing. We do need admin assistance in our office support, computer operations, and all of that. We have a WordPress website that Doug can help him a background with that. When we get started building, we're going to need electrical, engineering, construction, project managers that can help log and record all the things we're doing as we construct, because these are prototypes, and we want to be able to share that with our city, with our county, and with the nation, because this is something that could be a formula for other cities and states to use, and so we really want to be really precise and pristine on some of these details that we're doing as we do build. We like to fly by the seat of our pants, but we're going to do it with some order too, because we really want this to be successful. So you're part of a really strong initiative here. And then as far as our day in and day out, well, we have some things we've done monthly. I see a lot of familiar faces, so I think some of you have been to our summits. We've got a lead right now that's been helping us out. Sherry's in the crowd here, and she's been taking over our summits for us. And so she's going to need a few people for lifting, hauling, storing, donations. We need some people that when we're at the summit activities, they're at the tables helping distribute the donations or doing the raffle tickets and unpacking things. We need some summit coordination for the planning of the event. calendars and flyers and trifolds and letting people know what's going on. And then we also have a storage closet. We actually have two right now because we have our Winter Haven storage closet for when we start building, and we have our summits that we do. So does everybody know what our summits are?
No.
It's a meet and greet. Okay, so basically Jim and Doug started this way back when, and it's a neighborhood meet and greet. We're meeting your neighbor, your unhoused neighbor. So we're inviting our housed neighbors to come out and meet our unhoused neighbors. And we do basically like a potluck, and it's usually run by the Sikh community, come out and cater and give out food. And then we have winter gear or summer gear, whatever, seasonal gear, to distribute to the people that are unhoused. So that's a really big deal because a lot of times people are going without. So we have some table distributions for that. And then now that we have a shower truck, we also have our shower truck on site when we do that. So we get showers. What's that? Yes, and a veterinary to the pet care. Yeah. Sure.
Approximately how often do you try to do those, and do you rotate them around?
Right now, at our capacity with the volunteer services that we have, we are doing once a month. We're doing the summits once a month. It would be great to do more than one a month. It would be great to have more than that. But right now, with the volunteer corps that we have, this is what we're managing is once a month, the summit.
So do they change location?
They change locations based on weather and based on what occupancy. We often have them here. The city will help us arrange that for here. And when this is not available for us, we have a few churches that we use their parking lots and their service buildings. So we have the Flora Church on, is that the one? First Baptist Church. And there's a couple other churches that help us out every once in a while. So yeah. And as far as the shower truck, during the summer we were running it about every other week. So we were doing really well with that consistently because the weather was nice. Now that it's a little bit colder, we're slowed down to just our summit. But we need shower truck operators if you know how to operate a truck, if you know how to maintain the plumbing on our truck, which we get an orientation for that with our operator, the heating elements, and gray water dump, and all of the good stuff that goes along with the operations. Yes? I know. I'm trying to squeeze it all in. We have very limited time. I know. Everybody else is used to me. I'm about to lose my voice too. That's the sad part. I don't want to lose my voice before I get it all out. So the shower truck, we also need a shower crew to help clean. So we have a lot of Western students right now that come forward off of our Whatcom volunteer site in the last month or so. So we've kind of gotten the bulk of our volunteers from that particular site. We've had a few suggestions from some of our newer volunteers to use the Genius program, which is a program we'll start up, or we have started up, and we're trying it right now. It's a trial, where you can go onto the Genius platform and fill in what times you want to volunteer. So it'll tell you what the event is, and then you can just put your name in there and then say that you're committed to it, you're going to show up. So that'll make it a lot easier for you guys. It's a little bit more intuitive, and it's a little bit easier for you to access, and we're hoping that works out. But we need somebody to lead that too. So we have 2 or 3 people that have really vouched for that program, and I'd like to see them leading that activity so you know who you are. On top of that, we have our tabling for the shower truck as well when we check in and check out. If you want to start to learn how we do things, if you come to one of our shower truck or summit events, you'll get a rundown about how we operate, because this is going to be the same thing when we're on the site at City Hall with the Winter Haven. We will have a check-in and check-out. It's a fenced area, and so anybody that goes in or comes out has to sign in and log in and log out. It's just part of the policy for running the campsite. So that's one that we'll have an 8 to 8, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. We'll need to fill in 2-hour increments all day long, every day for the duration of the site. Yes.
The sign in, sign out, does that include your residents?
Yes, everybody. Yep. So the people that are residents on the site will actually be doing a lot of the things you'll be doing too. So there'll be people that are on their daily chore charts or whatever it is that they're occupying the space, or they're running the show. We're just kind of there to help them out. We're kind of there to be there too, be part of the community and be part of that effort. We also have a new office. This is why we're kind of in disarray right now, but we're managing, right, Jim? It couldn't have come at a worse time, but it turns out the office spaces that we were renting from that core group decided to relocate, and they're over on the court now, so we had to throw all of our stuff into boxes and keep them in storage for about 2 weeks, and then haul it over to the new location, and we just barely unpacked. So we're a little disorganized. I'm sorry things aren't a little bit more succinct, but this is where we are, and we're doing the best we can. But we do need office support. Yeah, the new office is 1010 C Street, and it's right on the court. It's right on the, it's next to a battery-operated store. If you see that when you come down that street, you'll see a battery operated. That's where the parking lot is, and you want to park there. wanna go down that alley where you see the water, and then take a right, and that's where we are.
Parking at the corner of Rotor and C.
Rotor and C?
Seattle
Okay.
Marine.
So yeah, you
Yeah.
might Google it. Check out the map before you get out there. Look for Jim's car. You know you're in the right place. So so office support, admin, data entry, record keeping, social media, all of those are part of the office support, which is great. If you're a grant writer, or you know somebody who's a grant writer, we're still looking for someone who's got that expertise. It's really hard to find one that fits our mode of operation, because we don't want to be hindered by, whatever is stipulated in a grant. Okay, thank you so much. Gave me a shoe. For good luck. Excellent, thank you. And so we would at least want somebody to research these grants and then write drafts so we can review them, the board can review them and see if it's something that fits what we're trying to do. So if you're capable of that, or you know somebody who's good at that, we definitely need somebody who will do that. Social media tech support, we have at least 12 to 15 admins on our social media main page, because we have about, I think, over 500 people that are following us. So we kind of have to keep track. We get good and bad reports. Homelessness is a controversial subject, so we do get sometimes some negativity, and we want to troubleshoot that with good answers, good feedback. That can be difficult sometimes. We'll lose our cool, so there's another one that can step in and take on from that conversation in our piece. So we get more positive than negative most of the time on our site, but we do confront some issues, especially if you visit outside sites like Bricks List or anything like that, where there's an issue about housing or homelessness. So we strive to stay on top of that in all other domains, not just our own. So we need as many admin supports as possible on our social media as well. Construction and engineering, that's not my area of expertise, but we will need it. So if you're in that category, we need you. We need that immediately, actually. We need some able-bodied people for the 20th and the 21st, because this is when we're getting our fence to start building our fence and getting set up over at City Hall. So I have a specific list of people to fill out for that if you're willing to commit to that and be somebody there for that. We want a public relations and news person, and land use assessment is mostly falling on Danielle's shoulders right now. So if you want to work with Danielle, she does all the zoning and requirements for plotting and maps and our proposals to the city and the county. She might want some help on that. So
It's a good time to
it's
sign
a
up
good
for that
time.
part.
I know, event planning and project management, we're gonna need that. We're gonna need somebody maybe that can do a Gantt chart. I don't know if there's anybody who has those capacities, but we need those kind of things filled out, keep a running log of all of our activities. Definitely have quite a few project leads that we need for Winter Haven, and I have a list of that, and you guys can take a look at that. Right now, we're moonlighting. We've got about 4 of us doing everything. No, sorry, we're completely skilled at all of it, but we're putting in what we can. So right now, we've got Jim Peterson as our check-in and check-out on Winter Haven, because he is our volunteer resident. He will be there for the 90 days. You're gonna see Jim there. If you come on our site, he's gonna be there 24/7. Hopefully, we can relieve him a little bit and give him a break along the way. We would like to do that. Security assistant, you're gonna be working with Doug. If you have a technical problem or anything with security, he's setting that system up. You give him a call. Hey, we got something down. He's the one you're gonna be working with. We need that daily. We need somebody that's gonna scope out the area. Again, 2-hour increments, doing a check on the inside perimeter and the outside perimeter, making sure everything's working. We're gonna need on-site helpers, and this is just somebody that just wants to come in and make friends with the people and the residents, talk to them, see what's going on, make sure all the things are working correctly, give us some feedback as a HomesNOW person, volunteer, that just check in every once in a while. It's just, you'll be working with me. So that will be something I can help you coordinate. If there's something you'd like to do specifically, create an event, create something fun for the people to do that are on the site, activity planner, anything, all those things are important. So drivers and delivery, we do not have a lead for that right now. We're gonna need people that can go back and forth with whether it's donations or supplies or doctor's appointments, whatever it may be. We're gonna need some driving support, some transportation. What is this for? Okay, thank you. I'll leave that up here. Thank you, with the shoe. Thank you so much, sir. And then the shower truck will be on site. So you're gonna be working with Marcus D. Right now he's the one that's running this bad boy. It's an awesome truck. You guys will really have some fun on it if you want to get to learn how the aspects of the truck work. I think he has one person that's helping you out. Tim, is it? Is going to help you out with the gray water dump. So that is an orientation in itself. So that's something that if you want to work with the shower truck, it's very rewarding. Laundry assistant. I'm going to be doing that because we already have an arrangement with Mount Baker Care Center, who is rotating our towels with the shower truck. So we're hopeful that we can maintain that relationship for our Winter Haven site as well. So I'm going to work with her name is Bronca, and she's our lead laundry person over at Mount Baker Care Center. we need and are in desperate need of organizers for our donations. We have food and clothing donations that are gonna be cycling in and out. We have a storage closet that we're maintaining. You might work with Sherry. Sherry might pick up on some of that. She can kind of help coordinate a little bit of that because she's with our summit and has a handle on how that operates, but we need at least 3 or 4 people to help coordinate that effort. They are working to use the Genius program for that as well, so that you can sign up and donate your time based on what your availability is. That'll be more of a flexible schedule. It's not gonna be a set schedule, so that's gonna come and go as needed. Waste management, huge. That'll be a daily thing that the residents will be providing and doing for themselves, but we will need somebody to kind of lead that as well. Somebody who knows what we're doing with corn pots, working with SSC, is that what it's called?
No.
SCC?
We're not working
Not
with
with them. Who we're working with, you know?
PJ.
Okay, so we'll be working with whoever.
PJs.
And then that will be somebody who's leading that effort and the volunteers that are involved with that. A kitchen assistant, I think Dana Brooks was gonna help out with that, but he has a very busy schedule. You're working on that, Dana? You're set for that? So you'll be working with Dana. He's gonna help set up the kitchen, and so we'll need several volunteers to help assist with the kitchen daily needs. And then again,
Attaboy.
What else?
Attaboy.
it's a giant tent, and it will be our storeroom, and it'll have our cold and hot water, and it'll have all our food preparation and tables. On the outside of the tent, there'll be another enclosure that's an outside enclosure for our grills, because it's open flame. Is it open flame? Yeah, open flame. Propane open flame, so that
So we
cannot
call
be
it
in
the
the
kitchen,
tent.
but there's no cooking involved.
Right, right.
Oh, so
Back and
you're
forth.
setting up a kitchen so that they can have, you're gonna be
Food prep.
serving 3 hot meals a day?
We're
They'll be
hoping,
cooking for themselves, just like everybody else.
exactly, so it's as if you had a community kitchen and you went in there and decided to make oatmeal. Just like
Let me
that.
add a couple other things to that
Yeah.
about the food.
Yeah,
So, they
come on up here,
did,
Dana.
yeah, they just do their own cooking based upon whatever they can get in the way of provisions, either through SNAP, which most people know is food stamps, or by going to the food bank, okay? We've already made arrangements with the food bank to kind of streamline the process for everybody that's gonna be a resident, so it's gonna make it easier for them to get in and get out, twice a week. Also, we're working in arrangement with a food recovery program here in the county, which hopefully starting in mid-January, they will be able to recover hot food from places that would ordinarily throw it out, but they're gonna bring it to us among the other places that they bring it to. So, yes, the goal is to have at least 1 hot meal a day, but again, remember, this whole community is for the residents to do their thing. We're just there to help them out. Okay, so whatever it is that they think they need, we're gonna help assist with that.
And there'll be a fridge and 2 fridges and 2 deep freezers.
That's right, so there'll be places for them to store food, dispose of food, they can do their own cooking, their own cleanup, and so on and so forth, but we're gonna try and make it as easy as possible on them by making these other arrangements. If there's churches that wanna get involved, the good news is, yay, we want them to do that. The not so good news is they have to have a county health certified kitchen to be able to do cooking out of. It's required. Okay, so if you know any churches that have a certified kitchen, that would be helpful, because if there's groups that want to do it, then we can have them hopefully team up with a church that has a certified kitchen, and then they can go in and do the food prep and then bring it. Okay? So that's basically
Is the
it.
health department gonna look at your kitchen?
The health department doesn't need to look at our kitchen because our kitchen is for the residents. As long as they're cooking for themselves
Residential.
and we're not doing it in mass, like if they do 3 or 4 meals or whatever the case may be, that's fine. If they try to cook for everybody on site, then it becomes problematic. Okay.
What about stuff like if you wanna bake things and bring it there, are you allowed to if you don't have a certified kitchen?
My response to that is just do it.
Cause when I read that, I was so disappointed.
Yes,
Yeah.
my response is that until somebody tells us we can't do something, we do it. Okay?
Very good.
You need to ask for forgiveness.
He just brought everything down to the Palmer level. He's a good public speaker.
There he is. Come in. There he went.
So I'll just go over some quick Winter Haven positions now, because since we're here at this juncture, I think everyone's getting an idea of where we're at. Speaking of the churches, we have a church outreach network that's happening, and that's being headed up by Lynette, you know, Lynette Allen. She's helping with organizing that. So if you want to be involved with Lynette and network with the churches on any capacity for any reason, whether it's donations or food or whatever, you might we need a volunteer recruiter. So right now, this is our effort. We can improve on this. So we need someone who's handling scheduling, recruiting volunteers for Winter Haven. This is our priority right now, is Winter Haven. So we need site setup coordination. Jim's and Doug are leading that right now, but if you want to help recruit volunteers and manage the initial setup and include the foundations for all of the construction and everything for that, we need people involved in that. We need at least, I'd say 9 volunteers to start. That would be great if you guys are willing to be part of the setup crew. Donation coordination. Tomorrow we have a really important meeting, and it's our second Winter Haven preparation meeting. And so, if you decide to be a project lead, I would really implore you to be at this meeting tomorrow, because that's super important. So, we want to make sure we have recruitment of volunteers to get donations. The last thing on our list, and correct me if I'm wrong, Danielle, because we may have these things already, our fridge, freezer, 8-foot tables. We need to be able to contact cash and carry for paper plates and coffee cups. So we did all that. Okay, so we're in the clear on that one. Yay. Okay, knock that off the list. Fence donation and installation. So we have the fence, and it's coming. And that was on our last meeting. So that was our first Winter Haven meeting. So we have identified the fence company. They are bringing it, and that's going to be on the 21st.
It's the 21st. Now, the fun thing is, we got a good price on the fence because no labor is involved.
Okay, so we're doing
So
labor on that.
we need a good turnout, people who can handle half of the fence section, because we're going to be putting up the fence on the 21st.
So we need at least 6 people on that, I would think. So if you
What
want to
day
sign
do
for
you
that.
that? Like a chain link fence?
Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the temporary chain, so they're 6 feet tall and 8 or 10 feet long.
12-foot sections.
12?
Jim has been leading the fundraising effort so far. We've had meetings with KZAX. They've been running fundraisers for us all month, and we've been really busy. We were out at Oxford Suites, is that what they're called? And the women of Whatcom did a fundraiser for us for women's hygiene products. We've been nonstop. We did a tour around at Makeshift Studios, had everybody come out and look at the shower truck for the first time if they hadn't seen it before. And so it's been one thing after another. We've been doing a lot of fundraising online, but we do need somebody to lead that effort, because Jim's going to be pretty busy. So if somebody else wants to lead the fundraising effort, that would be awesome if you want to assist him on that. Communications tech is being led by Doug, so if we're setting up Wi-Fi, cell phones, security cameras, Doug is going to be the lead on that, so you can get involved with that, and that's something your area of expertise, so we work with Doug.
Also, the statistical stuff, so we need to keep track, because we need to know what kind of impact we even had, either positive or negative.
Right.
So we actually need to keep track of, like, when people come in, what we don't have to have their names attached to it, but like, oh, what, you know, how did you become homeless, blah, 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 and then when they left, oh, did you find housing, or did you have to go back on the street? And so that statistical analysis, we need help with gathering that information.
It's off the list, it's a separate thing.
Oh, it's a separate thing, sorry.
That's all right. And then shower management right now is being led by Marcus, and so we do need a team. We would like to partner up with another person so that it's not all in one person, and we have at least 2 people managing the shower truck. It'll need filling of the water tank, emptying the gray water tanks, and helping the residents clean on a daily basis. So we're looking at Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for people to use it, and Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and then Sundays we're going to take it off site for whatever purposes we need.
7 days a week, rolling.
Yeah, Sunday we also do summits usually, so it's usually the 3rd week in the month, so we'll use it for that purpose too. So most of the residents will be cleaning those showers daily, and then we'll do once a week, we'll do a thorough clean and come in and help them out. So if you want to be part of that team that's working with the shower team, then that's really awesome. But I think I can recruit quite a few of our Western students, so fingers crossed on that one, because they're already involved with that. Records management, as Doug was saying, he's the lead for that, so we definitely want to be able to manage our database for our residents when they move in, when they move out. Assist with their transition into permanent housing, because that may be a plausible thing, and maintain all the records, everything we're doing, all of our activities and all the records that come through our site. So resident intakes are happening right now. We've been working on that all week. We've been at the library 10 to 1 o'clock every day this week, trying to get as many applicants as possible for our resident intakes. Jim is reviewing that this weekend. He's going to be making all the calls for all the interviews, and we're spending an entire day interviewing all the applicants that have applied for Winter Haven. So we will have a working sheet of people waiting for housing that will be in our log and in our roster for possible housing. So there'll be a wait list. There's only going to be about 20 people that will be getting in at first. So if we rotate them out, there'll be somebody else on the list that can come. And on top of that, a lot of them want to volunteer. So those who aren't going to be accepted into the site actually are also applying for volunteer. They want to come in and help volunteer with the site even if they don't have a house. So that was pretty incredible. We've had a lot of interesting discussions this week with our people. So So yes, we'll need somebody who helps with the new resident intakes. We're looking for a social worker. Does anybody know a social worker? We need a couple, or somebody who works in that line of, that area of expertise. We would really like somebody to be present for our new resident intake interviews and our application process while they're filing this and doing orientation. So it's really important that we have social workers.
Does it need to be a social worker or can it be a counselor?
It can be a counselor, and it can even be an intern that's over at school learning the ropes. It can be somebody that's involved with that. So. Or a retired social worker, somebody who's finished with.
Might even be able to work in an internship. Don't know.
We have a trailer. Pick up trailer.
No, we're gonna rent one that's in box.
Okay, because I have that on the list, and we need at least one person with a pickup truck or trailer for hauling supplies. So if you have a truck that you can hitch a trailer to, and you want to be that person to
Thanks for being
help us haul things, pallets, or whatever else we need, that would be super great. You might get with, I want to say Jim or Marcus on that. Public relations and social media is going to be led mostly by Doug, but I'll assist with some of that as well. So if you want to be involved with taking pictures of the site, posting it on Facebook, showing the progress as we set up, creating a video, all those things are going to be happening from January through March. So we want to keep people involved. We want it to be a social, community effort. So it's going to be really important that we have that going on. Daily on-site visitors, you might be working with me. We'll have scheduled shifts, on-call shifts. We're just looking for feedback. We want people to go on site, meet the residents, and communicate to all the HomesNOW people daily on a daily basis. So we'll keep that conversation spinning. Reception, we need volunteers who will be scheduled shifts for Winter Haven, check-in and check-out, and then training in this position as well, because you'll be training some of the residents that are coming on how to do that. So it's going to be 2-hour increments. You can stay the whole day if you'd like to, but if you came in and plugged in just for 2 hours out of your day, that really helps us out, and it relieves somebody else who's been there. So that's a huge one. That will probably be through our GED program. Again, security will be handled by Jim and Doug. We need people who can commit to scheduled shifts for that, oversee the security cameras, and do site walkthroughs, identify any issues or report incidents, help the residents in this position. And again, it's 1 to 2 hour increments. Donations, food and clothing. We need volunteers who can help receive the donations on the site, maintain the inventory of our supplies, help train residents for this position, and manage our drop-off logs. So there's going to be a logbook that when somebody brings something to the site, we identify what it is, we log it, we put the person's name who's bringing it, the person's name who's taking it, and stick it in our storage for inventory. So that will be an ongoing thing. It's going to happen throughout the day. Something might sit in a pile for a little while until there's someone available to do that, but we're hoping we'll have enough people on staff to be able to do that consistently. Waste management lead, we need somebody for waste management. We have somebody for kitchen management. That would be Dana. He's going to work with all the kitchen activities, the hygiene protocols.
You said something before kitchen, what was that?
Oh, waste management. We need a lead for that. Yeah, we definitely need somebody who's willing to deal with the dirty.
It's not all dirty because.
No, it's not, because it's about maintenance. It's recycling.
But management.
Yes, it's sanitation. It's just making sure things are picked up when they're supposed to be, and then everything is functioning well. So it is a dirty job, though. I will give you that. Everybody, we all have to do that. Most of the residents will be picking up most of their waste as a rule of thumb, but we also need somebody to kind of oversee that, make sure that it doesn't get sloppy and messy, or if you see a pile of something that got knocked over, and oh hey, the wind threw that over, let's take care of that. That kind of thing. It's not anything that's scary, I would think. We have lots. And we're hoping that we'll find someone who will help administer with pet care, because we definitely needed somebody who's willing to work with the animals in the pet care. Do we have, is it Vicky? Amanda. Okay, great. Oh, great. Okay, perfect.
Mountain veterinary.
We'll make sure she has a couple of volunteers to assist her. And then we need pickup and delivery, so volunteers to haul supplies and vehicles. If you have your own vehicle and you know something and you have the time and you want to be on call, or we can buzz you and say, hey, can you pick up this for such and such, whatever. And you're like, yeah, I can do that. And then just back and forth. If it's something that we need, that would be a really awesome thing to have you on call for. If you want to work with the laundry and assist with the laundry, we'll probably do that weekly. Is that what we're doing? And we'll either be working with the account we have on Lakeway, or we'll be cycling through Mount Baker Care Center if I get a go ahead on that, green light on that. And then again, medical appointments, miscellaneous things, but people may need appointments or driving to and from social work or whatever it is they need. So what I have here now is our generic volunteer sign-up sheet. So we'll pass it around, let you guys take a look at it, and it's got all the different positions we're trying to fill. And so if you want to put your name underneath one of those, if that's something you're willing to do today, then we absolutely adore you and thank you for being here.
Please dig deep and do it. If you don't, we have to.
One thing that came up this afternoon is, and a question I get from, well, sitting at Lakeway, with the, doing gift wrapping for HomesNOW, and from people I know about driving alcohol free. And how is that going to work? That's the
Oh, yeah.
question.
I forgot to mention that. Winter Haven will be totally drug and alcohol free. How that will work is I am a recovering addict, so I can spot another addict a mile away. It will also work on behavior. If somebody is starting to cause trouble or another resident comes to us and says, hey, this guy is using, I will approach that person off to the side, not in a group setting, and I'll say it's been reported that you're using heroin, meth, whatever, and I'd like you to step in the office and piss in this cup. And I will drug test them. They pop positive. I will try to put them in contact with a social worker to get help, but they will be asked to immediately leave Winter Haven because we can't have that. That would shut down Winter Haven. The city's put very strict rules on us. Any drug and alcohol used in Winter Haven will be an automatically shut down the whole camp. So I will be monitoring that. So a lot of it's behavior based. A lot of it's me asking you, do you use drugs and alcohol? And you say no, and I look you in the face and I believe you. That's pretty much good for me. We had one person at our last summit that wanted to sign up for Winter Haven. And first thing I say before I take an application is, do you use drugs and alcohol? And he said no. And then he leaned down to get the application. And the whiff of alcohol, I think I got drunk. And I said, you don't use, right? And he goes, nope. You don't drink? Nope. Then why do you smell like alcohol? Well, I just drank a little bit. Sorry. So, it's got to be that way. That's the city mandate. Yes.
What are you gonna do about nicotine?
With what?
Nicotine.
We have an on-site smoking area. So people will be able to smoke on-site. There will be no smoking in tents, because all we need is one tent to burn down, and that's not going to look good for us. We have fire extinguishers. We tried to do everything that every bad case scenario that you could think of, we tried to have a solution. Whether we do, are there going to be road bumps along the way? I can guarantee you. But one thing HomesNOW is really good at, and that's adapting and changing. So it might be going this way today,
Move things around, so.
and tomorrow it might be going that way. Whatever way it takes to get it done is what we do. One thing I'd like to point out is some details on things that are happening in Winter Haven. Winter Haven is going to be run, the daily things are going to be run by the residents. It's part of their handbook. They are responsible for it. It's their community. Any volunteers we get that are housed are coming in as guests of Winter Haven residents. I want to stress that a lot. The homeless don't need us to babysit them. What they need us to be there for is to support them. And I'll say that until I'm blue in the face. They don't need us to babysit them, they need us to support them. So anybody that comes in to do like kitchen detail, they're not there to do kitchen detail. They're there to support the resident that's doing the kitchen detail in any way possible. They encourage them to go, hey, it would be easier if you did it this way. Because when you're living in the woods, you have a whole different meaning of kitchen than when you're in a structured setting where there is a kitchen. Part of, we get, why are you just letting tents? It's not about tents, it's not about tiny homes, it's about stability. When you're homeless, you're in 7 days a week, 24, 7 days a week survival mode. All you think about is where you're going to eat, where you're going to sleep, where you're going to go to the bathroom. That's it. So, once we get them in the Winter Haven, they don't have to worry about where they're going to sleep, they don't have to worry about whether they're going to eat, or go to the bathroom, or throw the trash away. It's all provided for them, so they can be safe and sleep. and know that they don't have to lug their stuff around all day long in their shopping carts. They can leave it in their tent and it'll be safe. Or they can leave their valuables in a locker that we're gonna have for people's valuables. Or they can put it in a storage container that's gonna be on site for their extra stuff. Because imagine everything that you have in your house, you gotta lug around town all day. Because that's what homeless do every day. They don't have a place to stuff it in closets or put it in their garage or put it in their drawers. It's on their back or in their shopping carts. And one thing I like to do is when I drive around town, I can tell a new homeless person right away. They have 2 shopping carts and a drag along suitcase. About 2 days later, they got rid of the suitcase. They got 2 shopping carts. About a day later, they're down to 1 shopping cart. And about a week later, they're down to no shopping cart and a little backpack because they're like, I can't carry this all day. So it's kind of progressing. You see people out there without a shopping cart, probably haven't been out there very long. Because as you, if your house burned down, you wouldn't want to lose everything. Or if you became homeless or had to move, you wouldn't want to lose everything. Neither do homeless people. They want to keep as much of their possessions as they can. And when they lose their home, they try to carry as much as they can, and then they realize, wow, this is heavy. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need this. And they just minimize. And that's why I'm a minimalist. I could move out of my house in Sudden Valley today with 2 cases. Everything I own can fit in 2 cases. And I won't own anymore. If I have a saying. My wife's a hoarder, so you can imagine how that. I have a saying. If I don't use it at least once a week, I don't need it. And I won't buy it. It's just me. That's from living on the streets for 17 years. You learn really quick. This is something I have to have. This I don't need. So, some things coming up. Tomorrow, second planning meeting at 1010 C Street at 1 o'clock in our office. I'd like to see some leads show up. We only have room in our office for about 15 people with squeeze.
We're not leaving, we promise we want you. We need you.
We'll make room because we'll be the only ones in office. Then, December 18th, with my fingers crossed and my toes crossed and my legs crossed, we'll be issuing the permit from the city for Winter Haven. Then on the 21st, the 19th, right here, we need all of you. Please come. It's our public comment period for the public to come and hear about Winter Haven and to ask questions and complain and what all they want to do, and we'll be here to answer questions. We have hired a moderator for it because somebody that's impartial to HomesNOW. Never heard of HomesNOW until the other day when Charlie called him from the Whatcom Resolution Dispute Center, and we want this run professionally, so we hired somebody from outside. So when the guy that says, but my kids won't be safe and my homeless will be here, and my business won't be safe, and all that, he can moderate that because he wouldn't like my answer. Another thing coming up on the 19th is 6 o'clock right here. All the volunteers help set it up. Please be here at 5:30 if you guys set the chairs up and all that. So 6 o'clock on the 19th. The 21st at 9 a.m. at City Hall, behind City Hall in the parking lot. I need probably 8 to 9 to 10 strong people to carry half of the 12-foot section because we had rented tents for the Winter Haven. Yesterday I called Mulberry, Scrap It,
Bring it, man.
to ask them to drop the container that they're donating to us on site, and he said, did you find tents? Because we talked to them earlier, and I said, yeah, Mount Vernon. Did you have to pay for it? Yeah, $1,000. He says, how many feet do you need? I said, 400. He goes, I'll donate it. On the condition that you guys set it up. So, 9 o'clock on Friday the 21st, he will be delivering 400 feet of fence, and we'll be setting it up. On the 22nd, Tidal Vision, another company that works with us that does environmental stuff, is renting us a flatbed truck so we can go out to the Prairie pallets out in Ferndale. They'll load the pallets on, and then we'll need people to unload them on site, because what we're doing is building platforms. 4 pallets, plywood on top, and set the tents on top to keep people off the ground.
Oh, that's good.
So, we're gonna need strong guys to help unload 125 pallets.
Please.
Well, we do have a shower truck. You keep talking about these strong guys.
That's a joke.
So that is
This is a
at
bad
9
joke.
o'clock on the 21st.
Charlie's been reprimanded.
The pallets, I'm hoping to.
That was
If
not
I
funny,
can get
Charlie.
enough volunteers, because I know Christmas is coming and everybody's got plans. And I wish I did, but I don't believe in Christmas, so just another day. If we don't do it on the 22nd, the pallets, we will do them on the 26th. The 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, I can promise you, there will be an event on Facebook to help set up Winter Hay.
But just be there.
I promise you, there will be an event. Yes.
On the appeal, we're gonna resist that by emailing, writing, or calling the city council, or this lawyer.
There's no yet, right?
There may be, if one does happen, if something happens.
Oh, so we're not going to.
We don't know whether he's gonna appeal it for sure.
Right.
I've got the letter, I can't give you his name, and it's just one of those things we cannot.
We email to counter that argument.
No, there's nothing you can do.
The city.
Because the city has
No, that'll be a process.
information And they make the decision on the permit, and you're appealing their decision. So.
He's the same lawyer, and any of you that work at the mission, he's the same lawyer that's appealing the drop-in center. So if you want to do some research, it's the same lawyer.
He's easy to find.
It's fine. I will not give his name because
That's all right.
I don't want, this is being recorded and it's gonna be put all over social media, and Rich Hubble got, you said his name, I told you not to.
So the point would be to provide written support for what is happening here.
Right.
Always and constantly.
And that we're citizens and we're just supporting
Right.
this effort.
And,
Okay.
and
got
through
it.
the comment
Yeah.
period, I will say this,
Okay.
I have all the public comments that were done for the 2-week comment period for Winter Haven.
Okay,
There is 4 against it
okay.
and 24 for it. So, we have more, like I've always said, it's not the community stopping HomesNOW, it's the government in the process. So the more community support, and I can't say how much I appreciate all the community support we got. We have businesses jumping on with us every day. We want to be involved. I wish we could say the same thing about politicians, but we can't say that right now. The only reason the city's going with this, and everybody says, you still are blasting the city. Yes, I am. The city would not be doing this, but they passed an ordinance, and HomesNOW followed the ordinance to a T. They can't stop us. As long as we follow the ordinance, they have to let us happen. And they can deny the permit like Charlie said to do. But it would be political suicide right now for anybody in office. Another thing I will say is we're going to need about 100 volunteers throughout the 3 months to run Winter Haven. Not talking 100 a day, but the total amount of volunteers for the whole project is about 100. So far, HomesNOW has been running on a core group of about 10, 12.
Max.
So we need more core members. We need more. You can volunteer an hour a month, an hour a week, an hour a day, 45 minutes. Anything you can volunteer your time is greatly appreciated. It all adds up. It makes my life easier. I have about 30 things I'm doing every day, and everybody that's in the core group goes, where'd that come from? Where'd this come from? I'm like, because I work at this, and I'll tell you about 14, 15 hours a day, 7 days a week. I live, eat, read, sleep. I said I was going to take a day off yesterday. No, I had 3 meetings. So, it's just what I'm passionate about, and I'll do, if nobody else steps up to do it, Jim will do it, or Doug will do it, That's been our motto the whole time. So, thank you all for coming. Please sign up and help us.
Please.
Please invite your friends to sign up and help us. Anything helps. I'm serious. Donations. We have the co-op is getting ready to do a coat drive for us. I think that kicks off today.
That sounds right. We put up, we put the box in yesterday.
Okay, so
I
that's
saw it
already
yesterday.
kicked off. So they're running a month-long coat drive for HomesNOW. We just got done with a coat drive from KZX. I'm getting ready to go on a bunch of TV shows and talk about what's happening in Winter Haven. We also have a TV show looking at us for this spring called Tiny Home Nation. They want to come and do a show about building tiny homes for the homeless. So there's a lot in the works, there's a lot happening. There's never any boredom at HomesNOW. If you're bored, just get a hold of JC and go, hey, what do I need to do today? And pretty much we'll have something. I can guarantee you, we'll put you to work. We don't need everybody to be strong. If somebody just wants to sit home and hit the share button on our post, because you will share it with people I won't share it with, JC won't share it with. The more people we can reach, we have got momentum now like you wouldn't believe. We have a marketing company that came on board with us, is getting ready to do some marketing for us. We have all kinds of stuff going on. So again, thank you. Anybody have any questions? Yeah.
You know, last year when during the camp thing, you put out saying what the needs are for the day. So are you gonna still do that?
Yes, it will be on Winter Haven's page, group. Every day I will pin a post at the top the needs for Winter Haven that day, and then with my phone number. And here's a little clue. If you call my phone and I don't answer, it's because Jim has a phobia of talking on the phone. But if you text me, I'll answer you right away. And if it's important, I'll call you back. But if you just randomly call me, 99% of the time you're going to get my voicemail. I will call you back, but I just really have a phobia of the phone. I don't know
And probably
why.
won't listen to the voicemail.
So every day we will post the needs of Winter Haven. Every day, just like we did at the sleep out.
We'll try to have it at the office too. So if you're not a social media person, we'll try to have something, a bulletin at the office that's listed. If you want to come up to the office and check it out, do it that way 9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
Plus there'll be a bulletin board at Winter Haven.
And also on the website.
Yes.
Yes.
You said that the public comment meeting was on 6 PM on the 18th.
19.
19.
And that's here.
Right here. Right in this room.
What time?
6
6
p.m.
PM.
6 to 7:30.
Any other questions?
Yeah. What did you do with the glass of wine?
Don't have any. So, now here's your homework. Sign up.
Please let half of you be leads.
I'm really happy. Before everybody goes, I'd like to give a special shout out to JC, Charlie, Danielle, Doug, Marcus, Dana, Jared, for all, they've been running the whole show. They've been running the whole show for us, and it's pretty awesome. And they could surely use some help, I'm sure. Do you need any more volunteers for gift wrapping, or are you set?
No, that's uptight.
Okay.
But you come on by with your shopping and we'll be happy to.
It's Fred Meyer
One
Lakeway.
other thing that we're looking for, a volunteer that, I'm gonna throw this to JC now because he's just gonna learn about another one of Jim's wild ideas. We're looking for somebody to organize a movie night out for Winter Haven, where we take all the residents to the movies. They can pick what movie they give them want to see, but we'll pay for it. So we need somebody to coordinate that. And then we also want to coordinate a bowling night. So we take all the homeless people bowling.
So if you're interested in doing that activities for people on site and you want to be one of the visitors that joins in and comes over on site on whatever days of the week, that's up here and it's under on-site helpers. So that's
Oh,
what
and
you want to
one
sign up
more
for.
thing that I've been working on that Doug just found out today. I do a lot of stuff and don't tell people. Is I've been working with a couple of employers in town. So if you run a business and you're interested in hiring a homeless person out of the camp, please contact me. I've got 2 businesses right now. I've got one that's ready to sign on the dotted line and will hire 2. I got another one that's, yeah, it's a good idea, but, so, if you know a business that would like to hire a homeless person, please let me know. Our goal with Winter Haven isn't to let people just stay for 90 days. Our goal is to hook them up with services to get into permanent housing, hook them up with jobs, any kind of counseling services they need, anything they need. I want to take the barriers away. HomesNOW, in the year and 8 months that we've been around, last year we raised about $25,000. This year we're about $35,000. We've housed 30 people. And it doesn't mean we paid the rent. It means that we took the barriers out and put them in the right places at the right time and advocated for them and got them housed. So it doesn't take millions of dollars to do this. It just takes the willpower to do it and thinking outside the box.
Are
Good.
you familiar with the model that there's that low-income housing over there across from grocery outlets? And I haven't followed through on it, but I heard that the hospital actually is coordinating with them and comes on site.
We're
There is some
coordinating,
healthcare and some wellness there.
Yeah.
we're coordinating with Unity Care. They will be coming into Winter Haven twice a week and working with residents there. That was just happened at I don't know, one meeting I was at, the nurses approached me and said, hey, we want to do this, and I'm like, okay. So they're going to do that.
That's wonderful.
The thing about that building was it was full, and the waiting list had already started before the first dirt was broke. So we need 815 units of housing right now.
At a minimum.
Yeah, and then any other questions?
My question about the 30 that you got housed,
Yes.
were they Section 8?
No,
Not all.
some of them were just. One lady, I talked to her for about a week and a half and kept asking her if she had an income. She was getting VA disability. Asked her why she wasn't housed, and she said, I didn't want to tell you. And then after getting a rapport with her, I asked her one day, and I said, really, why? And she goes, I'm embarrassed. I'm like, don't be embarrassed. I used to sell my body when I was homeless, so there's nothing to be embarrassed about. And she goes, I can't read or write, so it was just took a volunteer to fill out the application and go with her, and she got housed. Another person was, after 4 days of being at Winter Haven, she came up to me crying. She goes, first time I've been clean and sober since I've been homeless. Can I use your phone to call my mom? And I said, yeah. And she goes, but it's in Montana. I said, I don't care. You can call China. It's a cell phone. And she talked to her mom for about an hour. She came back crying, and I said, didn't go well? And she goes, no. My mom's packing her stuff now. She's on the way from Montana and picked me up. And a day and a half later, her mom showed up at camp, gave me a big hug, thanked me, picked up her daughter. Her daughter, Ashley, messages me once a week. She's got a job now. She's got her kids back. She's got her own place. All it took was just taking that barrier out, taking the time to get to know them. And I feel sorry for social workers and case managers in this town because they're dealing with a case of about 100 people, 50 to 100 people. They don't have time for that one-on-one personal interaction that we do. And so, and we don't have a lot of paperwork. And a lot of homeless will tell you the paperwork really turns them on. So we just want to help you. So no more questions? Really?
Everybody wants to lead.
Is there an age cutoff in terms of how are you taking children?
Nobody under 18 can stay on site unless their parent is on site. No sex offenders can stay on site. And nobody with a felony warrant can stay on site. We just worked it out with the chief of police that if it's a misdemeanor warrant,
In Bellingham.
we can, in Bellingham, not Whatcom County, it has to be a Bellingham warrant. We can advocate for the homeless person, and the chief of police will work with the court system so we can get either that warrant taken care of, and then they can live there. But if they have a felony warrant, they'll probably be going to jail because everybody gets their name run through once in warrants for Bellingham, so we know who's there. Yes?
Is there a fire pit at the?
No, we have 3 the 7-foot tall propane patio heaters that have a radius of about 10 to 12 feet, that 10 or 12 people can get around. The kitchen tent will have the space heaters in it. And Carly and I just planned that we're making a community tent where people can sit and play cards, and that will be heated, and the office will be
The
heated.
Red Cross is letting us use 19 cots, Jim already has 11, so we're getting 19 from the Red Cross, and so as long as there's not a state emergency or national emergency that takes precedence over our needs, we're allowed to have it. Yes.
Yep.
Well, a cot in one of things tents is gonna make it mighty small. I bet a lot of people would change their minds on it.
No, they don't want to use it, they don't have to.
Right.
I'd be
I know I would as a disabled person,
Heck
I
yeah.
wouldn't be able to get up and down every day.
I agree with that.
They're pretty low,
Okay. So, no more questions, there's the sign-up sheets.
Please, take a lead.
I
can't say it enough.
I hope you learned a lot, and if you have any more questions, you can email me at jim@homesnow.org.
There's some emails on the second page, I think, on our social media.
Yep.
And if you email,
Good job, Charlie.
it'll get to all of us.
JC did a good job.
Everybody here did a great job, and everybody here is going to do a great job. Thank you all for coming to help with Winter Haven. Okay. So anyway, that was our live broadcast here today, and I'm very pleased with the turnout. I think Jim is pleased, which is important. We encourage everyone out there to please share, and also please consider taking a lead position here. You don't have to do everything, but you'll have a whole roster of volunteers to work with and draw on for your position. Thanks, Jim. Good job, brother. Okay, that concludes our broadcast for now. Please join us. Thanks. Merry Christmas.
I don't think there's any model